Hi everyone, I'm back with an update on my Disney Smashbook progress. In my last video, I had mentioned that I wanted to make a Disney Smashbook. Still don't know what I'm doing, but I think so far it's basically gonna turn out like a little scrapbook. That's kind of the style I know. I don't do a lot of messy things. Not saying that Smashbooks are messy, but they're not particularly, the ones I've seen done like in a certain way or whatever, but because this one is themed, it's gonna look more like a little scrapbook, I think. So what I've done so far, I wanted to share. I have both of my covers covered. I don't have them decorated. I'm actually trying to decide what I want to do on the front and how I want to do my binding. That's a big question right now, and I'll show you why in a few minutes. So my covers are 7.5 by 10. So all of my pages on the inside are 7.25 by 9 3/4 to fit inside. So those are my covers, and this is just some polka dot paper out of a Recollections 8.5 by 11 stack. I think it's Bold Basics, and this is just black cardstock inside. So those are my covers, and I just used, oh, where's a piece? I used a thick cereal box from Sam's Club, the ones that you can get at Sam's Club or Costco that have like 2 bags of cereal or whatever inside of them. So it's fairly thick. It's not super thin like the ones in the grocery stores. So that's what I used. And I just cut it to the size that I was comfortable with. I did go online to see what the measurements of a regular Smashbook is, and mine's, I think, slightly, the Smashbooks are 7 3/4 by 10 1/4, so mine is 1/4 of an inch both directions smaller, so no big deal. But that was kind of a comfort size for me. So this is why my binding situation is kind of a dilemma at this point. So if any of you have some ideas or input or feedback or suggestions, whatever you want to call it, for my binding, that would be very helpful. This is getting pretty thick so far, and I don't even have pictures or anything in here. This is just all of my dividers, all of my papers I need. I did pre-pick paper with the intention of knowing what photos I was going to put in here per tab section. I am not 100% sure if they're going to stay. They're going to be in this order, but I don't know if they're going to be under each section. Because I'm going to go by day. And our day one was basically, it was our traveling and then our downtown Disney day, or evening. And then lots of time at the pool that night. So our big days don't start till day 2. And I don't have a ton of pictures. I mean, I have under 100 photos, and they're not all going to go in here, but the majority of them will, because I have not scrapped any of them. So this is going to be basically my Disney book. I want to kind of do it Smash style, so let me explain that as I take you through the pages that I have chose to do. So I made all of my dividers out of some black cardstock, and they are cut, what did I say, 7.25 by 9 3/4. And then I made all of the tabs using my Cricut, and I used the From My Kitchen cartridge. I did do them on my Gypsy to get the width that I wanted here. I wanted it to be 2 inches because I knew how many tabs I was going to do, and I wanted to space them evenly. It's an OCD thing. So this paper is from a pad Let me grab it, actually. And some of you may remember seeing this in my little Disney shopping haul when we got back from our vacation. And I did show this big Mickey and Friends Deluxe Scrapbook Kit. So it has all kinds of, it has 60 sheets of 12 by 12 paper, 42 sheets of printed paper, 9 sheets of cardstock die cuts, and 9 sheets of stickers. And it's got your basic characters, and then it has Nemo, Cars, Toy Story, Princess, Tinkerbell. So this is very cool. I used some papers out of this, and I did use it for all of the divider tabs, divider pages. So this is the Mickey one, and then on the back side of 5 of them, I made a pocket out of some cardstock and used coordinating paper from this piece that was left over to just put on the front of the pocket, and then in each pocket holds the guide maps from each park for that day. Downtown Disney doesn't have a guide map, or if they did, I didn't get one. I don't know. So I just have this, which is just kind of a times guide and new information. And this was for the month that we went. And the Downtown Disney area is right here, so I just kind of stuck that in there. So that's going to house that. And then I just picked some random papers. I had a bunch of open stock Disney papers from like 10 and 12 years ago, just from basic scrapbooking. And then I did pick some other papers out of some random paper packs in my room that I thought were going to coordinate with some of the photos that I want to do. So this is some of them. This is actually from a Disney stack from Walt Disney World a few years back. And I buy paper each time I go because they change the styles and stuff. So, and then on the back sides, I just attached some graph paper because it's fun to doodle and stuff on, and gives kind of more of that Smash look to me anyway. So a lot of them you'll see the graph paper on the back. This is from a Die Cuts with a View spring stack it was like 180 sheets. It's really thin. It's not cardstock paper, it's just paper. So that has the graph paper on the back too. Then I just slipped in a couple sheets of notebook paper I can write some stuff on. This is from a Die Cuts with a View Generation Tech stack. It's about video games and computers and music. This is from that same stack. Reminds me of Space Invaders. But Downtown Disney has a really awesome arcade. So when you pay and you go, it's all free. So that's pretty cool. The kids like doing that. And this is just some open stock Mickey paper that I cut down. And then we have divider number 2, Minnie Mouse, and then her little pink tab here. These little Mickeys that I have on each tab, I have this itty bitty Mickey Mouse punch. Super tiny. I got that years ago. So then again, on the back side of hers is the pocket, and then guide map. And then this is from a Disney stack. This is from, I think I'm going to do this, I haven't glued these together, but I think I'm going to do these back to back. This is a Me and My Big Ideas Urban Youth pack that I got. It's full of boy paper, and I have everything written down on what needs to go where, and I don't remember what. I think this was, I was using this for their racetrack driving.
Racetrack driving.
And then if you hear Caleb in the background, it's because he's sick today. So some more notebook paper, and this I didn't take pictures of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. It's very dark if you've ever been to Disney World, because it's kind of like in this cave thing. So it's very dark in there, but the boys were messing around with some of the stuff in the in the shop afterward and trying on little hats and things like that. So I have some funny pictures. So this is from, this is a die cuts with a view stack. I think it's all about boys. And it's got like 4 or 5 different themes in it, and this happens to be a pirate theme, and I thought it'd be perfect. So I just cut this to a 6 by 9 3/4, and I did like a corrugated craft paper and then some little Mickey heads in the corners. And on the back side is just, this is another piece from that stack, and it just has pirate sayings. So I thought that's where I'd put their pictures and write about it. We did spend a lot of time at the pool. When we got back from the parks a little early, we would go to the pool almost every single night. One of Caleb's favorite places to hang out, and
it has movies.
They show movies, and you watch movies while you're swimming and whatnot. I have not trimmed this, so ignore that. It's kind of messy, but so just some bubbles and then some summer paper, just out of a, I think it came from a little pack I got at Target. Then this is another piece of open stock, and I just cut it down. And then we come to Donald's divider with his little blue tab over here, and the same thing, there's a pocket. Water park, so I did some water paper with some waves, and then just something that would coordinate. And then just, this is from a Disney stack, just fireworks, whatever. And then just some paper. This is an open stock sheet, and it just was kind of beachy and water, you know, related, whatever. Then we have Goofy's divider with his little green tab and another pocket. This is just an Epcot sheet from an old Disney stack from a few years back. These are glued back to back to coordinate with a set of photos. This is from Recollections 8.5 by 11 bold basic stack, same as the polka dots, and it's just a red and like a khaki color, green color, or tan color. Then this page is specifically for certain photos, and I'm going to do some writing or journaling or whatever on there. This little sheet here is from an 8 by 8 animal cracker stack, and then I just cut some brown cardstock. And then the graph paper, and just put some twine right there. This is from Die Cuts with a View Guy stack, and I just graph paper on the back of that one. Some more paper. This was an open stock. Oh, I think I had it upside down. An open stock, just a bunch of tickets. And then we come to Pluto's divider with a pocket. This is from a stack from Disney. This was, I believe we went, this might have been from the 2009 stack or the 2007. It is no longer called Disney MGM Studios. It's called Hollywood Studios.
It is?
Yeah, as you can see on the guide right here. And I don't have updated paper that said Hollywood Studios on it because I got the Mickey and Friends paper and it didn't have specific parks in it. So this is an old stack, but because this was the original name, I'm going to use it anyway. So that's that, because that's kind of how we remembered it by, but you know, whatever. This is part of the Disney paper out of that pad, and I cut this to a 6 by 9 3/4 to attach to this. I'm going to wait for the photos for this to see if I really want to do this, but then it has the clouds on the other side.
Battery's full.
So there's that, the Toy Story. Then this is just, I don't remember what pack this paper is from, so I can't even tell you. It's just kind of different colored graphs, and then it has some stars on the back, and this is from a Making Memories. It's a boy stack, I forgot the name of it. This is part of an open stock 8.5 by 11 sheet I cut down. Some more graph paper, some more lined paper, and this is another open stock sheet of just Mickey and Donald and Goofy, you know, skateboarding. So very boyish. Then the last tab is from that paper pad also. It's the whole gang down here. I did not do Daisy. Keep in mind I have 5 boys in my house and I threw Minnie Mouse in there just because of me. So yeah, she got kind of left out, but that's okay. And then there's no pocket on this page because this is basically going to be left for us coming home. I have a few goofy pictures of us getting ready to come home, if I decide to do that. If not, I will put a pocket and then move all the pamphlets over and rearrange things, whatever. This is from, I think, the same stack that the Pirates came out of. The die cuts with a view all about boys. And then graph paper again. This is from a Disney stack. Some more paper, and this is from a Disney stack, and it's just a double-sided sheet. So that is what I have so far. Let me know what you guys think, or what you suggest maybe I do, especially about the binding. I'm thinking about doing like 4 binder rings maybe, because I do have these really cute Mickey Mouse shaped 3/16" eyelets that are really cute. So I can put those on there and then put the rings through. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure. Or if I should use a bind at all. I'm not I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, if you'd like to help me out and leave a comment on that, that would be great. Or anything else that you suggest I do. Like I said, I'm still working on it. I'm gonna get pictures this weekend, start putting some pages together, and I have a lot of stuff to put in here. I have some airline tickets that we save, boarding passes. I have
those?
I have the little
Did you ever
cards.
use them?
No, honey. That we had to use to get into the parks, which I don't think they do these anymore. Because we are going again this year, so if this turns out really cool, I'm going to do another one for this year's vacation. So these are kind of cool. I did get some cool luggage tags. I never used them, but you can just slip your info in there, and it's just these cute little luggage tags that they gave us. So I thought those would be cute in this little pocket. You know, things like that. So some receipts, I have some candy bags, I have, you know, different little things. So stuff to just kind of put in there and write about. So that is my progress for my Disney Smashbook so far. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.